G'day everyone, today I'm fishing in the Colombo Creek in Riverina, New South Wales. The target species is catfish, eel-tailed catfish. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. The wind forecast for today was 4 to 6 kilometres an hour. 4 to 6, not 46. And look how windy it is. Anyway, I've fished this spot a few times on my channel before. It's one of my favourite places, but it is absolutely thick with carp. It also happens to be one of only a couple of spots where I've ever caught Tandanus catfish or eel-tailed catfish. So I'm expecting I'm going to catch a few carp, and I'm hoping that I might be able to get a catfish in the mix if I'm lucky. Let's put the lines in and find out. Now I'm using the Robbie Fishing Standard, 2 rods, 1 paternoster rig, 1 running sinker rig, both baited up with 2 juicy janjuk worms. I'll put the paternoster rig out there in front of those weeds, and the running sinker rig, I might put that up that way a bit. Last time I was here I had it out there, but I'll put it there and see how that goes. Well, both lines are in. It's time to play the waiting game. But last time I was here, this green grass along the edge was about a foot high, if not higher. And now it's all gone. I wouldn't mind betting that someone's been in here with some cows, some cattle or some sheep maybe. Something's eaten that grass away. I can't believe this. I've been sitting here for 15 minutes and haven't even had a bite. Last time I was here I was with Holly. It was last autumn. That's why that one's not getting a bite. That's on a snag. That's a bit unfortunate. What's happening with this one? That might be why I'm not getting any bites. Both lines are snagged. Can you believe that? No, what a pain. Oh good, that one broke off. Broke the snag off. I meant not broke the line off. I might put that out there this time. Last time I was here with Holly, it was just fish central, one after another. All carp. Every one of them. Please can I get this one off as well? This is going to snap. There's no giving it. Go on. Time for a re-rig. Right, I'll put a little stumpy rod back in. I might go a little bit over to the right this time. In fact, I might even reel it in a bit closer to the edge. Here comes our 4 kilometre an hour winds. I can't believe I've been here over half an hour and haven't even had a nibble. Nothing. I might just put this one really close to the bank there and see if that works. Nice 4 kilometre an hour breeze. Just had my first bite. There it goes. Got him. Whoa! That's a massive big carp. He's just laying there. When he takes off, all hell's going to break loose. There he goes. I struck him and his head just came out of the water almost in slow motion.
Got him. Yay.
That was really bizarre. Look at how dirty up the water is. I've been sitting here for nearly an hour. Last time I was here it was just fish after fish after fish after fish. This time it's been really slow. I moved. Look at the size of this fish. That's a 70 plus, I reckon. I moved my bait in really close to the bank to see if that'd help. And then I got a bite. I struck and this real dopey big mouth just came out of the water. I find that carp fight like mad, but when they get really big, like this, they become sort of slower. They have bigger head shakes, but they don't make as many big, long lunges. I suppose they're just old and fat and slow. Like myself, really. I don't run long distances. I can give you the tip. Right, where's my net? This is probably the biggest carp since I caught that massive big fat 78 centimetre in, sorry I'm just getting my net ready here, in the Broken Creek a while back. Yeah, I reckon it's got to be high 60s. One bite. Maybe that's why I'm not catching heaps of little carp. This one's eating them all. Believe it or not, carp don't eat a lot of fish. I saw a post fisheries, Victorian fisheries, put a post somewhere on their Instagram or Facebook or something, and not that long ago, and they put some trout into Lake Eildon, and someone said, oh, well, the carp will clean them up in no time. But that's actually not the case. Here he goes. Now he's taken off. He's just finally realised that he's been hooked, I think. Redfin, Murray cod, yellow belly, they will all predate heavy on small fish, but small fish would make up a very small part of a carp's diet. They prefer to get in here in the shallows, in the mud, and rummage around looking for worms and water snails and bugs and algae, maybe, I don't know. Edgel's corn kernels, if there's any laying around. They're not in a good. They're like underwater cows. Now, they don't hunt you down and eat you for your meat. They're just huge and intimidating, but totally harmless. I catch the odd carp on live shrimp. I've caught a few carp on live shrimp. I caught that one on a yabby tail recently, but I don't know that I've ever actually caught one on a yabby, a full yabby. When we go to Lake Nilakudi, and I'll have a yabby on one rod and worms on the other rod, I'll catch carp on the worms every time and yellow belly on sometimes the worms, but often the yabby. But I don't think I've ever had a carp take the live yabby. This is a big fish. What if I stop talking, then just reel it in so that I can speed up, otherwise it's just going to be a long, boring bit of footage. Oh, that's big! 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 Where's my tape measurer? Fuck around. Right, I'm a bit excited because I actually remembered to bring some scales with me. I don't know how accurate they are, but they'll give me a fair idea. It's not as big as that one I got at Broken Creek. That was 78. I reckon this one would be close to 70. There's not even that. He is 66 and very fat. I'm going to put that at around about 9 pound. 9 pound is my guess. Folks, you're not going to believe this. It's 9 pound. Oh, that's probably not going to pick it up there. Now my hand's shading it. It's 9 pound. I kid you not, it is 9 pound on the dot. The old iometer was pretty on, the weighometer was pretty good on that one. 9 pound, 66 centimetre or 67 centimetre mud marlin. I can't remember what it was, but I remember it's 9 pound. I've sat here for an hour. I've only had the one bite and caught the one fish, but boy, was it a big fish. I don't know whether to put this back in close or out far. I'll put it back in close again. I went fishing and I caught a big fish, but it wasn't a flounder. That was a big fat mud marlin, a genuine 9 pounder. Right, just in there I caught it. Finally, we have a 4 km/h wind, a genuine one. A real one. It's nice and calm now. I just heard a car coming and looked over, and Loretta drove over on the bridge in my car, and I thought, oh yeah, she's back, I'll have to pack up. But then she kept driving. She kept driving up along the road, so beauty, I get to keep fishing. I hope she's getting some good bird photos. That's a bit more of a fishy bite. That's not like a little shrimp nibble like the last few bites. That's a bit more fishy looking, that one. And of course, as soon as I came over, it stopped. No, it's still there. I'm going to catch a fish here. I'm a bit, no, maybe I'm not. Oh, it's still there, look. It's definitely got a more fishy look to it, this one. From the few catfish that I've caught, I think I've caught 5. 3 of them were right here in this spot. One upstream years ago and one over at Lake Lascelles at Hopeton. They seem to have a much harder, more aggressive bite. Looks like the 4 km/h winds are back. Come on and catch it this time. Got him. Hey! I finally hooked my first carp. It then went on to become a bit of a carp fest for a little while. I caught carp after carp after carp after carp. Just Just getting another bite there as the 4 km/h winds pick up. I kid you not, the forecast was for 4 km/h wind. Whoa. Once I stopped whinging about the wind, this happened. Whoa, the old Simon Humphrey rod holder that saved this rod then, that was a goner. That was a dead set goner. I was replying to an email on my phone that I've been trying to reply to for the last half an hour or more, and I heard a bang and I look up, and it's a catty. I go on, you beauty, it's a catfish. I've caught a Tandarnus catfish, and it's quite a large one too. Look, it's already got him in the net. I got one, I'm so happy. I'm going to leave it in the net while I get my camera stuff ready. Didn't I say to you when I got here, I'm expecting to be a carp fest, but hopefully I can catch a catfish as well. And I just have, I'm so happy, you beauty. This catfish would have pulled my fishing rod in if it wasn't for my U-Butte fishing rod holder. Come on, catty, come on, mate. Come on, Katrina. That's a lovely catfish. I'll get a good photo of him and I'll hold him up to the camera and show you him properly in a minute, and then I'll release him and I'll tell you some stuff about the Tandarnus catfish. Ah, so happy. Oh, this is just had a bite now. That line's gone really slack. I might just check that. If there's nothing on it, I might even pull it out. There is something. Oh, there was. I'll just sit it there, just in case it gets pulled in while I'm dealing with this. This catfish definitely would have pulled my stumpy rod in just then, if it wasn't for this rod holder. What a beautiful catfish. Scientifically known as Tandarnus tandarnus. See you later, mate. That was super awesome. Right, now while I'm putting my worms on, I just want to tell you something about the Tandarnus catfish. Well, that's an eel-tailed catfish, scientifically known as Tandarnus tandarnus, and quite often people just call them a Tandarnus catfish. Now, we all know that introduced fish species cause problems for our native fish. In this case, in the case of the Tandarnus catfish, the biggest threat to them, the biggest problem is carp. Because what happens, the Tandarnus catfish, when they breed, when they spawn, they actually make nests in these reeds. They love to make nests in the reeds, and this creek is lined with reeds for hundreds of kilometres. But what happens, the carp go through there and they go foraging through under the reeds and in the mud looking for worms or whatever else they can find to eat, and they smash the catfish's nests, rendering that spawn unsuccessful. So the biggest threat to Tandarnus catfish, especially in a spot like this, is carp. And it's not because the carp will eat the babies and chase the babies away, it's because the carp will go in and damage the catfish nests, and while they're there, if there's any eggs, they'll eat them too. Anyway, let's get the line back in, see if we can catch another one. Wonder if anybody from the Bureau of Meteorology actually watches my videos. They're probably look at this, it's got a fish on it. It's a big carp. It was just there. I haven't even turned the reel. Remember when I caught that catfish, I said, I'll drag this, I'll just sit this in front of you so that a fish doesn't pull it in. That fish just grabbed it from right there. Ha! I suppose that's no further out than that real big monster I caught before, but that was up there, away from where I'm talking and filming a bit. That was a bit unexpected. I was just about to pick this up and cast it out further, and that carp picked the worms up off the bottom right in front of me. It's a feisty one, this one, probably nearly the second biggest one of the day, I think. And you get, here come the carp again. Ba-da-bum, bum, bum. Another one for the pile. And again. And again. I'll put a link in the video description below to Simon's Instagram page. You can buy these rod holders, but you've got to go through Instagram and message Simon on Instagram at U-Butte Fishing Rod Holders. I then went to film my closing scene because my camera battery was almost dead flat, but I can't use this scene yet. You wait till you see why. You're not going to believe this, folks. My battery is on 6%. I film my closing scene and then turn the camera off, leaving a couple of percent just in case I caught another catfish. And within literally 2 minutes of filming the closing scene, I've caught a catfish. So what I'm going to do, I didn't get the hook up. I'll edit the closing scene in after this. So in the closing scene, I'll say I caught a Tandanis catfish, but I actually caught 2. I hope that all makes sense. This is a beautiful fish. Right on cue, Loretta has just rocked up, so she's going to get a photo of me with this beautiful catfish. How beautiful is this catfish, eh? My head camera just died, so I'm going to put this back in now and cut to the old intro that I already filmed. Catfish, see you later, mate. That is so cool. Right, now I'll show you the closing scene, and I say I only caught 1 catfish, but I actually caught 2 because I caught one after the battery went flat. Well folks, I'm almost out of batteries. I've chewed through 2 batteries while I've been here, and my others are in the car, and the car's with Loretta and she's not answering the phone. Anyway, I've caught heaps of carp, and more importantly and excitingly, I caught one awesome Tandanis catfish. Thank you all very much for watching.